What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Rabbit and Red Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric, and happy 2020. Today, I'm going to be reviewing for you Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch C919. As always, I will give you a nose, taste, finish review of this whiskey, chat a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts and a score, leave you with the malt musing. But first, a bit about this. So, Elijah Craig comes out of the Heaven Hill Distillery, and 3 times each year they release a barrel-proof version of their whiskey. This is aged 12 years. It is non-chill filtered, and as always with bourbon, it's natural color. This particular batch is coming in at 68.4% ABV, so it is hazmat level in terms of its proof. That is 136.8 proof. For those keeping score at home. So compared to the other 2 releases that they did in 2019, batch A119, which came in at 67.6%, batch B519, which came in at 61.1%. So this is the highest ABV of all 3 batches. So as you may know, each year, Elijah Craig does do these 3 batches. One comes is bottled in January, one bottled in May, one bottled in September. So batch C919 here was the September one. It just hit the shelves here in the US in the last couple weeks of December and coming into January here. So happy to give you a review of this one. Let's get it in the glass and get started here. Right. As always with bourbon, completely natural color, but that is what we're looking at. Really dark. You can tell this has not had any water added to it at barrel proof. All right. So first on the nose. It smells delicious. Vanilla, light brown sugar, a bit of an alcohol astringency, which makes sense. It is almost 70% ABV. There's a little bit of a sweet, almost kind of candy note to it, but really hard to tell what that is. You know, all in all, not super complex on the nose. This, you know, with most of the Elijah Craig barrel proofs, usually on the nose, what you're getting is your very classic bourbon notes, but they're tiled up to 11, and that's basically what we're getting on this one. There's almost a little bit of a graham cracker thing in here, but all right. Let's give it a taste, y'all. Cheers. Immediately, very rich, very sweet. Caramel, orange. And then as it develops, it gets drier and spicier. So there's a kick of like chili pepper, barrel, the kind of just oaky barrelness. Wow. Also just very creamy and almost confectionery. I want to say like pastry cream, creme brulee kind of thing going on. Really strong. As it heads into the finish too, it's a long finish. Starting to get, yeah, just a lot of that pastry cream, vanilla, hint of this orange is still kind of there in the background. Not strong, but it's subtle. Wow. A little bit of dark chocolate on the end. Yeah. Wow. Really, really good. Just another great Elijah Craig barrel proof, I can tell you right now. Given that this is at 68.4% ABV, we are going to put a little bit of water. I'm going to be a bit generous with it too. See if it tames the heat down. What else we can get out of it? All right. Okay. On the nose, getting a little bit of a mustiness now. I'm going to say like sawdust or something, but mostly vanilla, caramel, brown sugar, a little bit of cinnamon. That alcohol astringence fieriness is gone. So the water seems to have taken care of that. I probably brought this down to maybe 55%, tough to say. All right. Wow. The addition of water has tamed that spiciness quite a bit. It has tamed the heat, and it is now just really, really sweet, creamy, a little bit of fruit still there. Still getting a bit of that orange apple as well. A little bit of cinnamon. Wow, just creme brulee. Yeah, that like pastry cream, kind of like vanilla whipped cream thing. Really, really good. Finish is still holding its own. It's still a medium to long finish, almost more just a straight up long finish. Still a little bit drying, but coffee, espresso bean kind of thing. Still getting some dark chocolate. Really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Wow. Okay. So, bottle of this stuff will, not an exclusive bottle, but since they do 3 releases a year, you know, it's not something that's going to be on the liquor store shelves forever. You probably will find it now, and probably will still be able to find it pretty readily available in most quality liquor stores over the next, you know, 4 to 6 months at $65 to $80. This is a must buy. Great value. I think it's still one of the best bourbons you can get at this price point. Probably one of the best bourbons you can get, period. Okay. So final thoughts here. This is another great release. Seldom does Elijah Craig disappoint with their 12-year barrel proof releases. So looking back over all 3 of them, batch A119 did make it on my top 5 whiskeys of 2019. I thought it was scored that as a 5 out of 5, which is a buy right now. It had a lot of complexity, more complex than most, I think, for these barrel proof releases. It had, you know, your traditional bourbon notes, but it was also, you know, your vanillas, your caramels, brown sugar, oak. But it also had kind of a leatheriness, tobacco. It had some other kind of fruit spices in it that were subtle. It was the most interesting of the 3, I think. Batch B519, which was bottled at 61.1%. It was the lowest proof of the 3. I gave it 4.5 out of 5. I found that one to be the most, had the most fruit flavors in it. Not dominant, but you just caught a lot more of it. Apple. It was a tad lighter than the others and a tad sweeter than these 2, I think. Which brings us to batch C919. I think what batch A had in its complexity, this has in its decadence. I don't think this is quite as complex as that one, but this one definitely is the most dessert-like. I think this bourbon screams after meal dessert. Good anytime, but that's definitely I think it's the most confectionery. It's the most dessert-like. It's really, really indulgent on those kind of dessert flavors, even like gingerbread, cinnamon, creme brulee, things like that. Really, really, really great stuff. And I think I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5, which is a buy right now. This is a great bourbon. Probably one of the best bourbons I've ever had. I think it's probably the best value in bourbon you can get. Keep your eyes out for this Elijah Craig batch C919. It's a stunner. And honestly, if you find any others, grab those as well. But this one in particular, I think will definitely be right. All right, y'all. So that's my review of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch C919. And I'm going to now kick you over to your malt musing. We will catch you next time here on Rabbit and Red Reviews. Cheers, y'all.